Alright, welcome everyone then to game number 1. This best of 3 series, semi-final series for Jordan's Medieval Brawl number 4. Capuch is playing with the Franks, and Freaking Andy is playing with Bulgarians. The map in question is Plateau. Taking a look at the civilizations. Starting with the Wool player, we're going to see that Capuch is going to get 20% extra HP on cavalry units starting with the Field Age. Besides that, we also see for Franks 25% cheaper castles. We're going to get for them also 15% faster working foragers and free farm upgrades. The team bonus on the other hand is going to give Franks 30% extra, or actually 2 extra line of sight on Nightline units as well. Freaking Andy on the other hand, playing with Bulgarians, is going to get a 50% for discount on blacksmith and siege workshop upgrades. It's going to have access to Crep Post, in addition to a 50% stone discount on TCs. Besides all of this, they will also have free militia line upgrades, which means man-at-arms upgrade, lone swordsman upgrade, and up to 200 swordsman upgrades will be available for free for the Bulgarians. The team bonus on the other hand is going to give the civilization 80% fast working blacksmiths, and that's going to be about it. You could take a look at the map generation, and we are going to start with Mr. Capuch over here, but it's not looking too good for him from the get-go. And just by taking a look at the minimap, you realize that first off, he's got 1 goal on the left-hand side. He's got 1 stone on the right-hand side. Both of these are going to be side-ish. But then the next goal that's available to him will be, you know, in the valley over here on the left-hand side, very far away. There is one that seems to be a little bit closer over here, though. That one's probably good, but I don't think he's going to collect from it. He's already collecting wood from this area instead. So unlikely to defend everything. And taking a look at Freaking Andy's map, on the other hand, he does have 1 gold up in the north. The other goal is going to be towards the right-hand side. That's a little bit closer to his TC, for sure. And then for stones, he's got 1 stone next to the TC. Well, kind of close to the TC on the left-hand side. He's got another one in the back. He might be able to collect from this one because it's already collecting from this wool line, so there's that. But yeah, the map for the most part is going to be kind of impractical to wall, right? So we're probably just going to see walls around individual resources instead. And Freaking Andy, he's the first one going for militias, and you're probably expecting to see this, right? You're up against Bulgarians on a map like this, where it's not practical for you to wall yourself early completely, and you're probably expecting to see the militia push over here. These are going to become men-at-arms in their own right for free. But here come the militias, the Capuch! Capuch taking the engagement right now as the Field Age hits here. The militias turn into men-at-arms, and Freaking Andy is doing a really good job trying to body block the villagers. Seems like he's going to be able to get 1 villager down at the very least. It's probably going to be more than that. If he plays his cards right, could very well end up getting yet another villager. Right now he's just trying to protect himself against the scout, but so far 1 village down for Capuch. Freaking Andy's looking good. He's looking great, as a matter of fact, and he's got 1 man-at-arms. Very close to the TC. He cannot really body block the villager long enough for the rest of the men-at-arms to catch up, but he does roam around. He's going to keep on putting pressure over here, keep pushing Capuch away, in any case, from these berries. Yeah, Freaking Andy's going to be in a very good spot. There you are. Hey, Harker Massive. Hi. Welcome back. The damage that was taken over here. It's already gone down to half HP. Incredible stuff. Again, he's trying to, yeah, to get more damage down over here. He has gotten a villager. You can see him over there, just laying on the ground. So that's been 2-0 EcoKD favoring freaking Andy so far. He's lost a scout. He's lost a spearman over here as well. He is still forcing a big reaction from Capuch. But at the very least was able to go back to berries, which with the pranks is extremely important. But now he's spending a lot of resources just trying to keep the stable up, and the archers coming out from Capuch will push freaking Andy away from the stable. There we go. One of the man-at-arms goes down. But freaking Andy's already gotten away with some damage over here. Now he's got a little bit of extra idle TC time, mind you, but Capuch is also kind of racking some idle TC time himself too. Very, very hectic. Very, very hectic game so far. Capuch is definitely the one still on the back foot. Or should be, right? Freaking Andy's got one extra villager still. He's getting a little bit extra gather economy time. Freaking Andy, that is. There you are.
Приказания.
Beautiful. The walls coming out from Capuch will completely protect the wall line in the valley. So freaking Andy won't be able to do any more damage, and that's too bad, right? Freaking Andy's got 3 scouts over here. Well, we'll see. We'll see. He's going forward. We take a look. Capuch is going to, oh, just in time, get the walls up. If freaking Andy hadn't hesitated over there, he would have been able to get in, I think, so long as Capuch was not paying attention actively to this area. Freaking Andy actually would have been able to sneak in with the scouts over there. It's incredible to see, and we have, you know, seen this so many times before. Just something as small as getting the walls up 1 second too late can result the game being over. Like, if freaking Andy had come in with 3 scouts over here and he had been able to get like 2 villagers already, 3 villagers, that would have put Capuch in a much, much worse spot. Villager goes down from freaking Andy though. This is going to be Capuch trying to catch up, but he does get another villager down. So 2 for 2, and then on the left hand side, freaking Andy is unable to break through anymore. He's unable to break through the walls. And the game's going to stabilize over here now because the village is going down from the orange player. Now working count's going to stabilize. The amount of ILT time for both these guys is comparable. We have dead even population. These games aren't that long. Why is City of Lakes not in the map pool? There you are. Capuch, still the one putting pressure. Freaking Andy. Yeah, freaking Andy's going to struggle over here. Capuch. Well, Capuch is going to be the first player to go up to the castle edge, mind you. Speaking of map pools, when is Nova's Grand 2K starting? Oh, it started already. It started alright. The Grand 2K losses is already well underway. 2023. 2K23. As expected, Capuch is gonna be the first one to go up to the castle age. Freaking Andy on the other hand. Beautiful. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. For Capuch, as freaking Andy is finally clicking up to the castle age. He's already at a big disadvantage. We have a minute and 12 seconds of a head start for Capuch to the castle age. We take a look at his base, and you'll see another stable coming up, so we know quite clearly it's going to be a play for knights. The percent extra HP from the get-go as well. Can't find you on the ladder? Yeah. I haven't played any games yet. But I've been practicing, just trying to get back in shape. For the most part, just trying to grind some build orders once again. It's been very casual and it's been very sporadic because I haven't had the time that I wish I would be able to dedicate to gameplay. But at the very least, I'm trying. The last, what is it, 3-4 years before this? Yeah, I didn't even care to try. Second TC on the way for Capuch. He's the first one to get to the castle age, of course. Not enough wood to go for the third TC yet. Fantastic. Capuch is going for triple stable knight production, as a matter of fact. He did go, sorry. For the third stable, he's got a monster on the way. So 2 DCs and 3 stables, and he's managed to keep production and everything because of the food stock that he had while going after the castle age, but not something he'll be able to sustain, of course. He's got only 17 food workers. This might just give him the momentum that he needs to. Oh, freaking hell, he's trying to get the walls down, but he's not gonna be able to. So the knights, they're pouring in, and freaking Andy, the moment he sees the knights, step until the foundations over there, calls a GG, and Capuch is taking game number 1. That was a very, very quick GG, all things considered. Like, it didn't even seem to be the case that freaking Andy considered it twice. Like, he just, screw this, GG. To be fair, the quick walls were coming up pretty well elsewhere, but he kind of messed up over here. Right? He was getting the defensive crepos up. Well, the crepos was going to come up for sure, but this is this house, which was, yeah, he kind of messed up over here. I don't know what, it seems like he misclicked or something. Yeah, that was good for Capuch, of course. Let's take a look at the achievements. And military is going to show a much better KD for Capuch. Better than 7-4, as a matter of fact. Better than 9-5, as a matter of fact. For economy, we have a stronger economy for freaking Andy, but only by about 200. And 19 extra resources. So it's not too much. Given the amount of units Capuch already had out, freaking Andy was going to struggle to defend himself. And for society, we see that Capuch also managed to get the most villagers out throughout the game. He took the fewest losses too, with only 2 villages going down throughout the game, while freaking Andy ended up losing 4. Overall, very small numbers, to be fair, and the game has been, for the most part, pretty uneventful until the castle age, and then it's just like, it snowballed out of hand pretty quickly. But Capuch 1 up, freaking Andy 0. Welcome everyone to game number 2 then. This is going to be freaking Andy's home map. Nomad. This is the reason why we saw Spanish get sniped pretty much instantly from freaking Andy. They've been a very strong civilization for this map, and yeah, instead we're gonna see Lithuanians versus Malians. Starting with Capuchin civilization, the Lithuanians will begin with 150 extra food. As a matter of fact, let's just try to catch up, right? They will begin with 150 extra food. They will get also 10% fast moving skirm, spearline units, and 1 extra attack per each relic garrison out of 4 relics for knights and Lycha units. Taking a look at the north over here, freaking Andy instead playing with the Malians is going to get a 15% wood discount on buildings. He's gonna have, on top of that, 30% longer lasting golds, in addition to 1 extra pierce, armor, and barracks units per age starting in the field age, and they will get for the team bonus 80% faster work in universities. Now the team bonus for Lithuanians instead will give their monasteries 20% faster working rate, so going for monks is going to be a little bit faster for them. Research and upgrades for those monks is going to be a little bit quicker for them as well, and it's going to be overall a smoother experience for him to try and go and collect the relics. Think about the vampires for this Dalvin notification. He's just making sure absolutely nobody forgets about the value of the ad squad and whatnot, which we might end up removing in the end. We'll see. Once again, potential big news coming up next week, next Thursday or so, I believe. Yeah, there's gonna be some changes around, I think. I still need to confirm that, but I think there's going to be some pretty big changes. There you are. So let's take a look at the TC location for both these guys. And the dog location as well. Let's actually begin with the dog location first. Both these guys have their dogs towards the southwest of the map, right? Along the southwest edge of the map. And I don't think they are aware of each other. Oh, actually, Capuch is aware of freaking Andy. Freaking Andy, he's got no idea where Capuch is. He was sending. No, he was not sending anything. That's just where the villagers spawn. Alright, so let's take a look at the TC location. Capuch is gonna have very close to his TC the wool line. Of course, that's what you go for. And then he's got 1 gold up in the north. He's got the stone up in the north. We're gonna see a stone and the gold towards the south of the TC as well over here. Not the best location in the sense that he's not gonna be able to collect from the minerals right away. And then on the left hand side, we have berry bushes. Not too relevant. He's got a rhino over here instead, which is much more relevant. He's going to collect it right now. And then there is another rhino over here, so that's going to be 2. That's going to be 3 rhinos for him, at the very least from the ones that I can see. And let's take a look to see if he's aware of these 3. Well, he's already collected 1, right? And he's aware of the other 2 by the looks of things. And actually, there is another one. There is another one over here that he's actually aware of too. So that's going to be 4 total. Meanwhile, if we take a look at freaking Andy's TC location on the other hand, we're going to see that he's got 1 gold towards the south over here. It's going to be somewhat close to the TC. But then there are no extra golds elsewhere for him. He's got 1 stone on the left hand side. This is one of those situations where freaking Andy seems to be kind of cornered, right? If Capuch came with a push over here, Freaking doesn't really have anywhere to bail, right? Like there is nowhere to go out over here. Maybe over to the right hand side. Nah, it's gonna be kind of awkward. Anyway, for the orange player instead, we're gonna have One. Did he collect already a rhino? I don't see the remnants, so I'm just going to go with no. But he does have 1, 2, 3 potentially. That one could very well go in favor of Capuch. It's one that we saw Capuch get vision up, if I'm not mistaken, although he's not going for it just yet. Meanwhile, freaking Andy, on the other hand, he's aware of only one of these. Yeah. He's aware of only one of these. This one, which is so far away, so he's not collecting from it at all. He's going to collect from the berry bushes. And from fish, of course. He was also taking the apex. As FLH is gonna be here for freaking Andy a little bit earlier. He does have 2 dogs. And he's going for standard galleys. Love to see it in Capuch. Capuch is getting to the FLH himself. He's got 2 docks on the left-hand side as well. And he's got the galleys. 2 galleys on the way. Yes, sir. These tools are so cool. Yeah, they are. Beautiful. Legends here, ready for freaking Andy. Capuch is going for standard galleys himself. He's not going for fletching. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's got a blacksmith. Yeah, he's got the blacksmith on the way. Sorry about that. He's got the blacksmith on the way. And there we go. Freaking Andy's looking a little bit stronger. Already getting 1 fishing ship down. It's gonna be first wood. Should we call it still first blood? It's probably just the fisherman dying, right? The boat doesn't really matter that much. There we go. Freaking Andy's getting to the number of galleys he needs. Oh, and Capuch! He was just going for the 1 galley. This one's going down. We know that. Capuch probably should have tried to get some damage down with this one before he went down. And now freaking Andy's looking fantastic. He's looking absolutely fantastic. It seems like he ended up getting pushed away from here, though. He was trying to go for another dock. Not really sure where the villager is. Yeah, I'm not really sure where the villager is, actually. Oh, there we go. Okay, so freaking Andy went for the 3rd dock up in the north. He's left the foundation over here. It's already kind of halfway through, so might as well finish building it once he gets some breathing room, right? But he's looking great. And Capuch, not in the best position over here, guys. We might be on to a full series. At the very least, if the game continues going as smoothly as it's been going for freaking Andy, we might very well get a full series. Are you expecting Capuch or freaking Andy to come out on top over here? So somebody already said earlier, I'm betting on Andy. He's on fire, right? I'm kind of wondering if anybody over here is betting or at the very least rooting for Capuch. Which begs another question. Do we have any other Argentinians? Fisherman lives matter. Oh boy. Of course. Freaking Andy going for the fire galley over here. He's going to add a meat shield to his galley navy. Capuch just sticking to galleys. In my opinion, galleys alone are going to be the better composition. And Capuch, he's getting to good numbers, you know. He's got right now 9 standard galleys. Freaking Andy's got 6 standard galleys, some fire galleys. It just seems to me like Capuch is able to group the units together. He might actually be able to offset for the meat shield that freaking Andy's been going for. Poch, don't like Andy. Alright, alright. So we have some support for both these guys. At the very least, that's good. There you are. Beautiful. Yeah, freaking Andy's got better numbers over here specifically. It's gonna be the first player going after the Castle Age. But Capuch overall's got better galley numbers. He just does not have everything together. And that is what I was talking about. It was a matter of Capuch kind of grouping the units up. If he had all the galleys together, then surely he would have been able to take on freaking Andy's navy no matter what. But now, he's been reduced down to 3 standard galleys. This one is going down very soon, so it's going to be 2 standard galleys very soon and only 1 fire galley, while freaking Andy's got like 3 fire galleys themselves, 3 standard galleys. He's looking good. It's gonna be the only player left with fisher ships, by the way, in Capuch. He's taking some time, but he's finally going up to the Castle Age. And freaking Andy, as he clicks, or as he waits for the Castle Age to be here, he's gone for the barracks, and he's going for the stable. So we're gonna see knights coming out. No one's got any stone to work with whatsoever. We're not gonna see castles coming up at all. It's just going to be a full knight play for freaking Andy and Capuch. But he's probably gonna try to make a play for monks, not only to defend himself against the cavalry from freaking Andy, but also to potentially collect the relics, which will be essential to his civilization. Beautiful snipe from Capuch. Let's bet on relic count. Yeah, we can enable predictions for sure. How many relics does Capuch finish the game with? Because the number could very well change throughout the game, right? Or maybe what's the max amount of relics that Capuch is going to collect? Well, we do have 1 relic towards the south. For 2 Lithuanians? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the rest of the relics are, actually. There's one up in the north over here, pretty much next to freaking Andy's TC. There is one on the right-hand side over here, which is going to be somewhat neutral. There is one on the left-hand side, which is going to be somewhat neutral. And it seems to me like that's about it, isn't it? We have 4 relics total, actually, so it cannot be 4-1. Interestingly enough. We got the upgrades here ready for freaking Andy. He's got a much stronger navy units now to work with, but Capuch, once again, he's got the numbers. He has spent a lot of resources trying to go for navy, Capuch that is, and freaking Andy on the other hand, just going to go for a full land push over here. He's kind of giving up on water at this point already. And he's got the monastery. He's coming in with a mangonel. Two knights already out from freaking Andy. He's got 1 of these forward. Here we go. Fantastic. Push from freaking Andy is looking good. Force Capuch into a fancy barracks, of course. And monks on the way for freaking Andy as well. So he's gonna try to collect some of the relics. Once again, very important for him to try and deny the relics so the Capuch does not get the power spike that the civilization will get by the relics. Here we go. Oh, he's body blocking with a mangonel. Freaking Andy is getting away with a conversion. That was a nasty play. He's gonna take the knight away right now as well. Wow, that was just so well played. He got the knight, converted back. Does anybody know what happens if you lose a knight to the conversion, then you convert it back, and then you upgrade your knights? Does that knight still get affected by the upgrades? I'm going to keep an eye on this one. It stays the same. So after a knight has been converted, it effectively cannot be upgraded anymore, even if you convert it back. Yeah, that's it's actually very interesting. I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case or not. Beautiful. Would you give a trader new weapons? That's a fair point. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I guess we are going to find out, right? Was it this one? Which one was it? It was one of the low HP ones, right? So he's getting fortune right now. We'll see. I'm going to take your word for it. Yeah, Fortune's here and he gets no extra attack. The rest of the guys, they get a +1. Fair point. The conversion's coming out from freaking Andy for the villagers. Capuch's working count is going to crumble right now. And he's trapping himself with the knights! What is going on? What is Capuch doing? Yeah, well, I mean, there wasn't really anywhere to run, perhaps? But freaking Andy ends up taking all the villagers down. Capuch down to 31 workers. 10 military units. Most of these are going to be monks as well. And freaking Andy's got a civilization that actually gets pretty good monks. So Capuch trying to make a monk play over here against freaking Andy is not necessarily going to guarantee a better engagement. Freaking Andy's got access to all the monastery upgrades except for illumination, which isn't really important in the castle age, right? And Capuch doesn't really have anything that is going to be better about his monks compared to freaking Andy. So in the end, it's going to be 1-1 over here, as freaking Andy does end up taking the game. We are going to have a full series. Yes, sir. And you were saying earlier, the other semifinals is already over. So there's one finalist over here who is going to have significantly more resting time compared to the others and the other finalists. And also there is the fact that freaking Andy is coming from a full series for the first set of the day as well. Right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna be kind of rough. Let's take a look at the achievements. Certainly gonna have to earn his title over here. BRAWL for freaking Andy in the end is going to approach 3-2, not quite as high, but very close to it. For economy, we have a stronger economy for freaking Andy as well, and for society, higher villager max count for freaking Andy as well. Taking a look at APM, it's going to favor Capuch a little bit. Not by a whole lot. Well, let's go back. Welcome everyone then to the final game of the series. Second semi-final after this one's over. We'll take a look at the grand finals, of course. And I think most of you probably are already aware who is the player from the other semi-final that's moved on to the grand finals. And if you don't, you're going to find out very soon. Hey Hots! Hi. Welcome back. Sikapuch playing with the S6 is gonna be towards the south of the map. He's gonna get with this civilization, villagers who can carry 3 extra resources per trip. It's gonna have with this civilization also 11% faster training military units, except for monks. Monks will get, however, 5 extra HP per each monastery technology they research. Then on top of that, the S6 will have for the team bonus 33% faster gold income from relics and freaking Andy instead. He's playing with Berbers. Berbers! Yes, sir. 10% faster moving villagers. 15 and 20% cheaper stable units in the castle and Imperial Ages. While for the team bonus, we'll get access to Genie Torso. What to expect over here, Capuch? The S6 is going to have a fantastic civilization to make a play for monks. Against Berbers, who will be a cavalry-reliant civilization, monks could actually be pretty good. But it's not something that you get into from the get-go. Usually it's not something that you're going to try and play for from the get-go. Instead, something that you're going to react with, usually. Unless you're thinking of going for a, like a forward, like siege monk push, right? Like a smash of sorts. Yeah. We'll enable predictions, by the way, for game number 3 and for the series, of course. So who wins game number 3? Option 1 is going to be Capuch, so we can keep him in the blue color. Option 2 is going to be freaking Andy. And you have 5 minutes to get predictions going, alright? There you go, starting from now. You can use your channel points to predict who you think is going to win. And this has already been a very interesting one so far. Game number 1 was very, very good for Capuch, but game number 2 was very, very good for freaking Andy, so it's up in the air who's going to end up taking this one. Oh, Capuch is 2k5. Exactly. Interesting. Nice snipe from freaking Andy. Gonna one of the sheep down. Yeah, weren't there 2 sheep? Oh, it's right here. Right, it's not being selected with the village as well. Wait, it's not showing the blue color. Hold on, what is going on over here? I think that sheep is bugged. Sometimes sheep will not be converted, but that seems kind of weird because he was moving both these sheep. Oh no, I am just blind. The sheep is already dead. Yeah, yeah, correct. So he got the sheep so that the scout wouldn't get it, but he's not collecting from it, so it's just as good, right? It's just going to rot away. You're correct. I didn't see the food decaying. I believe in my Austrian brother. Let's go right now. Predictions are favoring freaking Andy quite a lot. Thank you, Butch. Butch is going out to the fuel age. I see no bets for the bull player just yet. This is a fantastic opportunity for anybody trying to play the odds. And he's coming forward with the tower and Capuch Capuch's got militias already out. So freaking Andy's gotta be careful. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left for you guys to get the predictions on. Freaking Andy's going for a stable. Capuch will be very much aware of this. Now, and once he gets to the village, of course, we're gonna see Spearman come out. So he should be fine on paper. Right, once he gets to the village, he can start going for Spearman. Could potentially right now, if he wanted to just go for a gate or something. He's sending villagers back though. Yeah, there isn't really too much food left over here, right? Anyway. Man-at-Arms upgrade on the way. Now the militias will try to break through. Won't be able to do much of anything. And freaking Andy's fine. He's spent a little bit of villager working time, just setting the villagers forward and going for the forward stable, getting the forward archer range up. That seems about it. There we go. Yeah, overall, freaking Andy's unable to get any damage down over here. He's gonna try and take on that Spearman, but he ends out losing the scout. And Capuch has been able to stabilize himself just fine. Very, very much neck and neck so far. Population is about the same for both these guys. Freaking Andy still the one to put pressure for the most part. Capuch on the other hand, yeah, he's been able to defend himself just fine, right? He's going for extra walls up. He's going to wall the freaking deer in as well. He's going to have plenty of extra food over here to work. That is actually a fantastic spot for him. Well, up in the north. Not really sure freaking Andy's got something similar. So he's got the fish over here, not so much the hunting. He could potentially still hunt from here and then just go for extra meals around. I think that the one thing that I do like about freaking Andy is that he's accessing so many extra resources. It's not something that's going to matter right away. It's something that's potentially going to matter in later stages of the game once like Capuch runs out of this, for instance, right? Here we go. Nice villager snipe from Capuch. And in the end, the units are getting cleaned up. Freaking Andy is the one coming out on top. He is the one to lose the only villager so far, but he's certainly the one with the better KD over here coming out on top. He's going to continue putting pressure up, and Capuch is trying to get skirmishers to defend himself. This is actually kind of an awkward position for Capuch. He still has 3 villagers trapped inside this area. No defensive towers, just a archer range come up. Yeah, freaking Andy still has a significantly stronger amount of skirmishers. It's an interesting situation because it's pretty uneventful for the most part. But you know that the players have to be controlling these units at all times. So like nobody's going down, like not too many units are dying right now. And they are not really engaging too much, but they do have to pay attention to everything. Capuch is walking away with the villagers, and it seems like he's going to get away. It seemed like it was open somewhere up in the north over there. If freaking Andy had realized about that before, probably would have been able to get all 3 villagers down. But now he's coming forward with the scouts. He's got 4 scouts, 5 scouts as a matter of fact. Overall HP pool over here is going to be decent. And some skirmishers as well. To prevent Capuch from just defending himself with some quick walls, right? Enemy's looking stronger for freaking Andy as well. After moving villagers. It's probably going to help a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be mostly about that. I think it's going to be also about putting pressure. And the fact that Capuch has not had quite as much, you know, gather economy time compared to freaking Andy. Oh, he has! Not only that, Capuch actually does have a significantly higher amount of gather economy time compared to freaking Andy, but still, it's going to be the orange player that want to click out to the castle age first, and Capuch. And I've overspent then? It's gotta be because of the KD. It's gotta be because of the KD. It's better than 2-1 right now, and freaking Andy is losing yet more units. Capuch is abusing the market completely to go out to the castle age. Freaking Andy is already on his way up. And that is going to be it. It's not going to be about gather economy time. It's not going to be about worker count or anything. It's going to be about the fact that freaking Andy killed more units than Capuch. And as such, he ends up saving those extra resources. He ends up clicking out to the castle age earlier. He's going to find himself on a much stronger military count, going for bloodlines right now as well. It's going to make these field age scouts already so much stronger. Still has a good amount of skirmishers, with which he could very well end up taking some villagers out. There's one village going down soon. Ah, that was a close one. He needed to doink the villager. 4 HP, never mind. Was he going to get it? He was going to get it, yeah. The last hit. Here we go. Yeah, so it's here for freaking Andy. Capuch still 25 seconds away from it. Freaking Andy's going for knights right away. He's got 2 stables to work with. Chain! Barthen armor is on the way, and guys, the game is starting to look very, very good for freaking Andy, as Capuch is gonna try to make a play for Eagle Warriors. He's definitely not out of this game, especially considering how spread out freaking Andy's economy is. These villagers against 3 Eagle Warriors, they get completely destroyed. So, freaking Andy's gotta get a lot of damage done over here before the Eagles start pouring in. We already have the Eagle Warrior upgrade on the way in Chain Barthen armor 2, and Capuch plays his cards right. He should be able to clean this out. These are just field H units, right? No knights or anything over here. So he's bringing the Eagles, and ideally he does want to send a small amount of units up to the north as well to go for the counter strike. Yeah, and freaking Andy's like, nope, forget about it. I'm not taking any engagements against your filthy Eagle Warriors. Not with my field H units anyway, so he's bringing the knights over instead to get the dirty job done. Chainmail armor is here ready for Capuch. Freaking Andy. It's got more knights on the way. It's got light cavalry on the way. Iron castings coming up as well. The conversion coming up on the right hand side. It's not going to connect. The very last moment. Here we go. 2 villages going down from Capuch. It's going to be just the beginning though. The light cavalry are about to bust through the Palisade Foundation over here. Capuch is now realizing about this. It's only now that he realizes about it. Manages to keep the palisade up for the time being, but it's not going to be forever. The light cover you're about to reach through, and guys, freaking Andy's coming in a moment, and now the quick walls come up for Capuch at the last second. It's not going to be the end of the pressure, of course. Freaking Andy could still try to break through elsewhere, and Capuch is starting to send the Eagle Warriors forward, and this is what I was talking about. The economy is so exposed freaking Andy around here as well, that even just a small amount of Eagle Warriors coming forward from Capuch could get so much damage done. And Capuch, and actually sending the knight, the converted knight, away. Will realize about this exposed economy, and freaking Andy still trying to break through over here, still going to try and battle down the houses, and it's going to get harder and harder for Capuch to continue defending himself behind these walls. Especially as right now there is no room for him to go for any extra lumber camps anymore. But now Capuch is here. He knows about this. If he's paying any attention to this area whatsoever, he should be sending Eagle Warriors, but he's not. He's sending the Eagle Warriors up in the north instead, and freaking Andy's still going to have a lot of exposed economy back home. Capuch, on the other hand, has been getting some conversions. Freaking Andy's army over here, and the orange players still struggling big time to breach through. Yeah, and you know, the conversions from Capuch are actually working out pretty nicely. And now he's got the knight taking so many villagers down. It is going to be the weak knight over here that's going to get the most damage down. So far, 4 villager kills, and it's not going to be the end of it. Now Capuch is going for the Eagle Raid, and these villagers will crumble for sure. The gold miners. The villagers trying to get the DC up over there as well. Everyone's going to die, as Capuch's push is looking so much stronger right now. So much more impactful compared to the push from freaking Andy, who's going to either get converted or taken down. Yeah, and Capuch, you know what? He's walking away with the villagers, so he's gonna be fine. Freaking Andy managed to get the quick walls up, so he'll get the second TC up. But this is just the beginning of it, remember. Once again, if Capuch sends the Eagles over to the right hand side, he will get the villagers. And he is going for it already. And freaking Andy down to 33 villagers, having lost already 19 villagers. He's going to continue doing so as well. Notice how he's trying to take the villagers down and just ignoring the knights instead. He will get yet another villager, and the damage over here down by Capuch is substantial. Freaking Andy is behind by 9 workers right now. Beautiful. Here you are. Fantastic. Definitely is the bull player still. The player with the most momentum over here, freaking Andy. Freaking Andy still has arguably more map presence compared to Capuch, but he doesn't really have anything to protect this with too much, right? And Capuch is going for a castle now in the valley. Here you are. Freaking has been able to kind of catch up and work account a little bit. A lot of that was also villager kills he got against Capuch. The game is stabilizing. Here we are. We see the conversions coming up from Capuch right now. Unlikely to connect most of these. Freaking Andy is walking away. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning as well. There is a possibility for Capuch to make a play for Monks over here with the Aztecs against the Berbers, but it's something that is more reactive rather than something that he's going for from the get-go, right? So he's reacted to the push from freaking Andy. He's gotten the Monks up. He's gotten the castle up, and very soon he's going to have enough resource to go for yet another castle, so he's just trying to gain ground with the Monks. If he goes for a forward castle, that could potentially target one of the TCs from freaking Andy. And Capuch was aware of freaking Andy going for more than one TC because he saw this one come up before. I'm really sure if he's going to realize about the one on the right hand side. But yeah, I probably would have preferred for Capuch to try and get the castle forward next to one of the TCs, right? But it's a lot easier said than done when the only TCs that he's aware of are on top of the hill. No food push. Yeah. 0 villagers on food. Capuch. He's not gonna concern himself with working for economy. Just going to go for the full monk push over here. He's got 14 monks already. He's going to continue to do so, and freaking Andy is going to start pulling ahead in village count significantly. Now Capuch needs to get a defensive castle up at some point or something to defend this economy, because only the TC won't provide enough shelter for 27 villagers. If the knights come over from freaking Andy is going back, but if the knights had come over here, and then Capuch would only be able to carry some 15 villagers. If he loses 12 villagers right now, it's too much. It's too much of a loss. Where are the Zolotov warriors, man? Come on. Extra TC on the way for Capuch, just to provide protection to the villagers. Yeah. And of course, the full economy for Capuch is going to be absolutely non-existent. Right now, the play for him is to just go for full monks, and freaking Andy's going for monks himself too. At the very least, he's going for atonement. He's got 3 monks only, so maybe not too many. We'll see what we get. But anyway, there we go. Why Pregnanti no light cavalry? He's got light cavalry already. Yes. Oh, you mean why he's not going for light cavalry? Yeah, well, he's going for the monks right now. He is kind of making a play. He's kind of making a power play over here with the knights. It's going to be the stronger unit. If he gets a good amount of monks, he could potentially play for counter conversions. But I do agree that I would prefer the light cavalry for sure. And I think the reason is that it was a little bit of a power move. But now he's going for light cavalry, and this seems a lot better. Yes, I do agree. And Capuch, he's going for eagles. He's managed to get access to food once again. He's got 2, 3 TCs, as a matter of fact, right? But he's gonna be playing catch up right now. I am not liking Capuch's decision making over here one bit. He invests so many resources into these monks, and he's got nothing to show for it. I mean, I guess he converted the stable, right? And he was able to prevent or zone freaking Andy's army out. But he doesn't really have anything else to show for it. Like, he's not putting pressure. There's a lot of resources to spend just to keep the units at bay, and it's not even going to be the case for much longer, right? Freaking Andy's coming over right now. Might be able to get the TC down, as a matter of fact. And that's a lot of villages going down from Capuch potentially. Freaking Andy's leaving the scene. They tried to go for this area as well, which probably would have been able to get away with quick walls, but you never know. Yeah, and defensive castle on the way for freaking Andy. I don't know, I'm just liking freaking Andy's position a lot better. It's finally gotten a few extra light cavalry. Yeah, and he's going after the TC right now. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's got chain bar armor and iron casting armor. There was no reason for him to flee the TC with the amount of knights he's got. Capuch is forced back with all the monks, and freaking Andy probably knows monks are coming. Here we go. Is gonna be on the way for freaking Andy very soon. Capuch is also making use of the market to go out to the Imperial Age himself as well. This is just what we were expecting to see after the castles came out from both these players, and they are aware of each other's castle. It's going to be a race to the Imperial Age to access trebuchets. Man, Capuch's army is so fragile though. Those monks get exposed. The light cavalry will soup right away. There you are. Castle is on the way for Capuch. Or rather, Imperial Age. You get it? Castle coming out for freaking Andy as well. Look, but it's already on 3, so freaking Andy's still playing catch up over here. For castles, of course, everything else he is already ahead. Andy has one serious technology that his units die when converted. Fervor is faster moving monks. The upgrade you're talking about is Heresy. And he's going for it right now. That's the one with the book and the candle. This is Heresy. Freaking Andy's going for it right now. Village here for Capuch now as well. Seems is needed. Definitely, it is needed. He's going for Theocracy right now as well. It's going to make his monk control a little bit easier. Group monk conversions a little bit easier. So there we go. We see the conversions coming out right now, but it's not going to work out. Now we see the monks getting targeted by freaking Andy, and this engagement will go in favor of freaking Andy for sure. And check this out. Capuch is forced back into the castle, which is very soon to collapse, as it's currently under siege by multiple trebuchets, and one trebuchet comes out over here for the bull player. Does not matter. Does not matter. The trebuchet goes down right away. The knights are already there, and these monks will crumble next once again. Everything's falling apart for Capuch. Quite literally, the castle crumbles, and the monks get completely destroyed. Not quite as high as twice the population for freaking Andy, but Capuch is in a world of pain. He's going for Theocracy right now, which is really going to help too much, given the fact he's got only 2 monks left. Theocracy is gonna allow you to group convert while using a single monk's faith. Doesn't seem too relevant right now, given the small amount of monks that Capuch's got. He's looking very, very much so over. Capuch knows this. Freaking Andy knows this. And we are going to have the Austrian Wonder Boy. Probably Wonder Man. Well, I've been calling Leary the Austrian Wonder Boy, so I'm probably just going to call freaking Andy the Wonder Man, even though I think they're probably about the same age. But yeah, we are going to have the Austrian over here moving on to the grand finals. About to begin. He's going down. Yes, gas is going down. Capuch is going to call the GG. We were expecting this to be the case, of course. And Capuch is going to oblige. So well done. Let's take a look at the achievements before hopping back out and waiting for the grand finals, which I imagine will probably require a little bit of a break, right? I don't think these guys, well, freaking Andy specifically, is gonna be too happy about playing the grand final after 2 full sets without any rest whatsoever. But we'll see. I'll let you know. For the achievements for game number 3, however, we do see for military a better KD for freaking Andy, approaching 7-4. Not quite as high, but pretty good, very close. For economy, we have a stronger economy for freaking Andy as well. Collecting about 10,000 extra resources. A little bit more than that, 10,046 extra resources. For society, freaking Andy gets the most villagers as well throughout the game. He trained the most. He lost the least, the fewest. He took the fewest losses, and Capuch struggled big time.